Asempa 94.7 FM. And I'm Akwaba Eddie Abasu. We're live from University of Cape Coast Auditorium. And the new Patriotic Party (MPP) Ochina Ebeye the National Campaign Manifesto launch. It's baby Atenka Fibiano Yamo Akwaba from Cape Coast to the majority caucus. Where you the new Patriotic Party Eddie Siho Eddie Chow and Share Ahodo or the Gua Quem Eddie Juma almost for the last 4 years. Based on that, in our culture Ghana for say renew our mandate, never inquiring to rule Ghana. And then you has say from Cape Coast, let's just say share a manifesto ochina ebedeja. Yedika boni de rule emwati ase nipa eno ontena sinde na afi edi dwumedi no edi amawo. My guest today on the show, as advertised, the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Henry Nana Boache Ewahase. Dr. Gideon Boako, a spokesperson, and the Vice President of the Republic. Member of Parliament, Asen Central Constituency, Kennedy, Ohene Japan, one of my guests on the show. But of course, just as I advertised on a Coast area, because we are bringing the show from Cape Coast and has an MPP launching campaign, don't be surprised. Say BBR to me. It could happen that BBR to me on the show. But of course, something very positive you will look out for. Deputy Campaign Manager for the New Patriotic Party campaign. Of course, Enoba has the place is set and ready for the manifesto launch. It looks like he was made for party activities. Lord, oblite come. Good evening, Lord. Is that a good description? Were you made for party activities? Were you created of a party?
Well, actually,
okay.
I think say nyame di domo na e wo se won so na e wo mu bia wo de domo man.
Okay.
Politics is about service. Nipa ho adwuma ene nipa nkoso. Oman yi di enti na yi na yi. Enti kakra ye nso ye wo no na ye de aboa.
Share hodo area me buy and me go inside. They were doing sound check. But of course, you know plans are made for the organization of this program. As in business, are you set for Ochina?
Very well. I think that and it has always been so. BBR NPP for the past 2 weeks, I mean, putting things together. Committee, I was Shishena, a plan is Edumedi, Yatnas Wahosa, and Nyamiadum, Yadi Avian Cratra. Entino Niaun fair fee, Yenu Kra, Nyama Bakumiri Mensibia, any surprises, Kakraswa, Yadi Betachi and Sana, or China Mubaha, Mubu will be different.
Okay,
and you Guswa, yea.
Yenim say enyo bia na bitumi aba aha ochina and okọ eden ho a limited chairs previous programs ayaba wa ha say no to be say nka nkonya ne do so since why no the be part of the manifesto launch ochina.
Well, first of all, we are not in normal times. COVID is 70 emra omampani ahihye a boy nyina ye ho ban nti ye wo se ye di so nti ya boy ho modern se san hihye no ye de be adwuma. Okay. Se nka ye makwan ana se nka nye COVID anka me sure say Ghana he nyina kura ampaye e bedwa akiri yesu bebre nanso ni nyina ye nti aye ne hye se ne di kan ye National Council members and a few invited guests cutting across various institutions, any organizations.
Organizations within the party and also within the country.
I mean, outside. I mean, various groups. To say TUC. I mean, there are key organizations in this country. Omo ekahubina omaino ekonanim. You can't say manifesto so. Omo and I say your target groupings are person who for more years I can't say me. Also, we know representation for a man. Me baku be. Send a bear.
But and then maybe say, ain't ni part of one in Yakwayama. How will people assess Sajubedi because so has say less than 300 people in the betina inside and manifesto of the ruling government go for expectations how better than go for to me ashe anomati the bekoso.
Well, first of all ebine Asempa FM any sisi ameka say utumi say various metumi aka say all TV radio stations have already set up here one more train here because of apart from that nyame adom ye wo social media platform bebre ni nyina baso live BBC ni CNN representation nyina wa enti no ade a ebeko bia on the party level no your director say all constituencies and all regions should also, as much as they can, set up screens so that almost going to be unsure. The General Secretary has directed say constituencies should remain open. Na among phone to be in Shia no munche. Nem mumuno. Wabombo modian say the COVID protocols no yedi yejuma. So be show nose mask. Na yebe do social distancing na bibia ayekama. Enti no yasa fane nyina no. Jumedi a ebe koso chine yi no party no aye nhihye se obia betumi ahwe bi na nsei wa wo phone so ekize bibia wo bia wo mi aya na afa enti no san nhihye ndie me sure say ochina the whole of the day at least from morning till say 3 p.m. no there na it's interesting you have to watch it.
But my final question now for Minya, because you are helping with the organization. Your days as national organizer, up to this point, you've been involved in campaigning, and here you are, even manifesto launch, for a restricted, they can't be part of it, and after launch, the excitement, rally, how would this affect this year's campaign?
Well, I think that, of course, every campaign has its own different strategy and style.
But the excitement.
Well, the excitement will still be there.
Because they won't go for more, they live for the excitement of
sometimes the smaller numbers, the better. In fact, that is why in this year's campaign, we have introduced what we call retail campaigning.
Okay.
And retail campaigning is various areas, various clusters, hamlets, villages. And I think it's even more exciting. But then this one would feel no because you tend to interact more. Say 5,000 and one more campus and also its own excitement. But I can assure you, say this COVID style, COVID restrictions campaign. And also, it's in our own interest. Say, because we have to live to see the President Akufo-Addo's 4 years again.
Lord, thank you.
I'm Ishtal.
Very well. Lord, will take on me a deputy campaign manager for the MPP 2020 campaign. So let me advertising my one minute and the National Youth Organizer, New Patriotic Party, spokesperson, Edema the Vice President, Dr. Gideon Boakon, and Member of Parliament, Asempa Central Constituency, Honorable Kennedy Ohine Japan, one of my guests, our majority caucus on Asempa 94.7 FM. Mepacho maybe a person to meet here, you may not say, who need access to radio. But we're also streaming live on a number of affiliate radio stations and so like for example, M.G.L FM, and station be out here also be but we're also streaming on Facebook on our Asempa Radio Facebook or the MPP official Facebook page. Or you can even check out my page on Facebook, Fifi Boafo. Henry Nanabuache.
Kofi Boafo.
That is saying.
Oh, Nyamada Romania. Me who in this seat, this way much. I bring you a lot of, excitement.
I see. In 2016, the MPP says change an agenda for jobs, and that was the manifesto. In 2020, a new manifesto launched, Ochina. But question back one, as youth organizer, and one key thing, a mebuno sheshe, ubet opportunities here and there, but all pedimo beye non so dia bonembra. Has the MPP delivered the jobs it talked about?
Mame and Chow Bium Namenchia, a tier 4, Asha 4, na memma obibia nso akwaba emra CAUCUS and is a mekasa me akwaba enya physical akwaba
virtual akwaba
eti obibia nyina mo chobia nyamada roma mekasa bibia me free by na ye national council meeting honor the chairman for the manifesto committee Al-Hajj Muhammad Baumia, His Excellency, and then all pa a year the Jumedia party at the share Omonsa. Now we share a Kukudam, no more committee, so now and there Omodia Kuntabu, now Mosade Arishamu, and near Hotosuo, and the Dasuo manifesto as a year the Vice President of the Republic, and a Dano, and to me free a year. Bia na ye national council meeting na ye presentation no na mani agye pa na kofi wasema abusa no mani agye sanse ensem a ene nkoma be busumi mienu ne akire masha se amidi pa change agenda for jobs kofi no kwasam ne say His Excellency the President on ka sa wa magana mabunu nyina adwuma Nemo mushani waye na esumbo eswani na me as the national youth organizer meniaje na se wo hwe ensem bu ha meka so ye ba ne ye ka se enwuma ho hia yi pa ene kofi ye ba ye one district one factory na me kuta list wa ha me bobe edu atrew
okay. And
74.
So you about a deal in relation to job creation?
Job creation. Okay. Because one district, one factory, no. A Juma at Diabas is 10,943.
10,000?
Yes.
Okay. And
74 factories.
And yes, I say the government decision say the one district, one factory, but all creative jobs are and Kasa over 10,000 jobs within that. Okay. You go through that list.
Yes. And then so here agriculture, industrial and commercial product, AICP Limited. We are into processing of charcoal into activated carbon. Brompton portfolio, manufacturing of toilet rolls and paper products. The United Food Industries Limited, manufacturers of noodles and spaghetti. A Kumfi processing factory
and the president to call
and a young at the fair fire.
It tastes so well.
Very natural.
Very natural.
Very, very natural. And then Yanya Hong Kwan so Casa Duropa.
Yeah.
And so no President Cross Alcohol. Glofet Ghana Limited, a production of fertilizer to support agriculture. Golden Africa Consumer Product Ghana Limited, production of detergents. Golden Milan Limited, manufacturing of aluminium profile to support the construction limited. Happy Sunshine Company Limited, manufacturing of canned tomatoes. Innovation and Manufacturing Group, production of biscuit, confectionery, and related products. Integrated Compost and Recycling Plant, recycling of waste into compost. And integrated compost and recycling. Wura ye we feel no. And no more dadem. EDBA plastics. And for industry use again. And we me was any man who na kratawa.
Nana a bit argue say offshore one district one factory. Companies in Nibuwa they were in existence dada. It is not a new thing. A new job creation. Of course, it cannot be the case for all the companies, just as we're talking about a Kumfi factory. Yeah. The argument is any new factories after all, and a president creating. How do you respond to it?
If you emit the so busasa semi, Obakaya, Nanado Danko Kufuado, Naniswadi Hunua, Ohuye, or say a public-private partnership. Just say, Ankram Prejumedi, any abino and a ebe boom no maye.
Okay.
Ebra Oba Prono, Sakushia. Association of Ghana Industries, AGI for. Now, Osaka say industries need to be hodada, but a good capacity no ever form. It's a bind a pesi capoti be near their showroom. No more pijama medium, send a bill metimia for Numa, no metimia so I ye, you also. And that was one major thing, okay? It's a public-private partnership.
So the company could have been there all right.
Yes.
But not any idea. Born home,
yes.
Quite person are buying a bossa in human.
A Yesika on say Nuntina, Exim Bank, for instance.
Okay.
I saw most of the industries. Exim Bank, their main preoccupation, our teaming up with Ministry of Trade and Industry. Our Moody say Jumano. It's what they will proposals, and most of these proposals, no coffee, the job creation component is so count.
To qualify for Sasikana Obinyano, I was so say schema wa ubetumi afa nipa
exactly nipa say sika obenyanie we ebeba also timi kire even wo market base wodini na aba na mpanifo ahwem ne ya pesika ye sika ketwa ne dia so mu. It is a baby we they are grateful to His Excellency the President.
So, but I tells you the idea of one district, one factory, that is not just limited to processing our local materials, but then also to ensure to take the jobs from the job market. Was that the motive behind?
Yeah, that is the motive. Because I for a configuration example.
Okay.
A configuration in your mokana, a bit to me a create 700 to 1,000 jobs, direct
1,
jobs. Yes, and now indirect jobs for the farmers, I get too close to about 10,000. Indirect.
Indirect. The question is indirect.
Indirect. Nature say a kumfi a juice, pineapple, a brobe eye, a chimunsua, a diagukanemu. It's in a farmers are almost diano. Here because who here for almost a dear pineapple omona a factory no that raw product na almost a sachet e dia ye sa a confuse pineapple juice no. So first of all my farmers na ejuma because e bianka sabe obi anko no do abrobe no e bia nanka na no kakakra bi because osuro e bia se be pro
it's because abroba or to man kofo akotwetwadi
akotwetwadi keke
okay
and one
but this time around yes abrobe.
It is in large scale because when you say factory no ha ebe baba beto abrobeno enkane obetwa wi odeba kuku kwan ho ode kuku akunfi kwan ho a enipa ahia na eto in a day first day second day third day apro akoto agu waseska we no enye sa na enti ma omofa more laborers omofa more omoto niam bebre enti na indirect jobs no so no e ya de eboapoa enti Kofi, this is what we have done and indeed so we share I want to swear my visited some of these factories maybe. Now we are Nigeria or Menya and Mabuno Muyamujuma. Kofi Nika.
Now, but our jobs are creating. There are a category of jobs. Sadamo creating. I was working on my office. It may be a cocoa body creative, for example. I've job youth or more HSC between a Kuku, I say. And then if you look at the excitement on the faces of some of the youth, because also not a session, because Koko Funibu into a bank and ton dog chains. Now this is almost Samsung starting a fully view with all the resources available. They've gone back. But as Mr. say, a type of jobs. Is it a Juma or Yeno Bosume Miensa no wejai? A Juma or Bayeno and film me no wejai? And now a Juma didn't Kushima or year for very long time. What kind of jobs are you creating?
Ovi ebi maminsan for kunfi akranse nye example factory na esi ho no ye wo engineers wo wanya engineers ewi no obenya administrative staff.
Okay.
Administrative staff for osabenya accountants for osabenya marketers, people also marketing. In fact osabenya even graphic designers. These are permanent jobs ye demand mebuno.
Okay.
Entiane so ko sesi ana they have recruited omo accounts office e wo nipa, omo administrative staff e wo nipa, oko omo engineering staff e wo nipa, machines nso a eye adwuma ne bibia no so no ye wo eno so ehun unit. So they have almost about 5 units ni nyina no e create enuma e de ama omo. Enti no kwasam ne say okeka saa niema no we say nyina sisi ani a ena Kofi ema enije etime bam. It is a wo hwe saa enuma we say nyina na Ministry of Trade this now I created 10,499 jobs, which is very key.
So let's go beyond one district, one factory. Are there any other sectors are creating Numa under the MPP to fulfill the promise?
Graduate unemployment. mabu no ma wie school no mu tifie e betena fie mfie num mfie nan mfie nson na onya adwuma nyɛ nana e de napco bae napco bosome bia no e ma enipa no 700
and that's significant because in one day 100,000 people got job.
Yes, and it's very significant one day. And me, now me a part of the operations team, and I am here lunches at Jumedi. Kofi, Obia, na Ababa Obia, Michelle on Wawo, Accra, not have no good 2 years. No, so we school 4 years. No, we school 4 years. Obe we namuno, and no didn't say your way. Bosume crown swim in 100 Ghana crampoda. And I keep saying this. Bosume swim. Look, you call a Wawa down for Kwame and Grappa a week. I will Kwame Sekru. I was Sampa before I sang up do Sampa and a children baby, German South. And you could devour border and a share. You drew on arm with 2 million and Musa say Ghana ne could devour border and the Honam Zoni and Coachao. You drew on Napco. Revenue Ghana, you recruit on the revenue Ghana. Our Mohonum Napco, and Mabunu 5. Look, and then because I brand back one on your subsidy, or no, so worry Napco.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I want for the Napco marriage.
So but for NAPCO, it can only a Juma obey your prayers.
Baby, credit the idea. 700 no, will be said digga 700 no. Will be sad the 700 said digga or sad the year Juma from it to the first 700 now above the year capital amano. We hope 200 Ghana, 300 Ghana, 400 per the idea.
So we'll continue the discussion with you on the bit of job creation. But Menko Akompre Koso, we a businessman. And the MPP said they will create jobs. Of course, it is not just a bank and a airman. Business people also create jobs, and then you need the environment to operate. And Nyabiano has the MPP and Nana Akufo-Addo. The last 4 years, I provided the opportunity for business people to talk. I know that, for example, Adebakwana complaining was about Dumso and how much you were paying for electricity. The last 4 years, has the MPP delivered for you?
Yo, Medasi, Michiawa.
Oh, and sorry about tonight also.
Oh, me okay.
There's a way of patching yourself.
Well, we say a very interesting question. First of all, let me explain to Ghanaians how far, where we are and where we are going.
Okay.
I'll use my co-store for example. Emra, President Mills, it took you over 2009. The same power consumption, Namitria 7,500. In 2015, under Mahama, Namitria $77,000.
7,000 to 77.
$77,000 equivalent. From 2009, in 6 years, Namitria $77,000.
Wow.
It is besides that.
How did that affect Ejumana Away?
Besides that, Metria sa bill we na dum sono so to diesel to run
or service generator.
Good. Besides meto diesel no so another problem I encountered and they say compressors enam debia dum pre no debia na compressors no so as you have to go and repair. Meanwhile, in 4 years, we've had stable electricity. Sa dum son MBM.
4 years under the Akufo-Addo.
Yes. Oshe rate na yitria in 2015, 2016 as well. Almost artist. So, this is one way of creating an enabling environment. Businessmen who be confidence na MultiMedia business because enipa be brave adwuma egui during the Dumso era. And then what do we see? We've had stable power for almost 4 years, which is we so to compare President Mahama time now a big achievement. Now, the greatest achievement Itimi Emma businesses ekos. President Mahama Bresono. Banks were collapsing. Now, Semema report, Maminfa about 5 banks. Now, Kabala, Omuye, under President Mahama, and NDC Abreswa, Omudigu economy. Now, Chiremu, we are not for Mama Ghana for a choir. Bawumia, Vice President, the Finance Minister, Economic Management Team, and for that matter, the President of the Republic. Etimiaye stabilize the economy, and we've created an enabling environment for businesses. And just last week, reported by from US magazine, she said, Ghana, if you want to do business in Africa, Ghana is the #1 country, even under COVID. I will be to me, I hear business. Okay. Now, Emra, Yeba power. Let me take you one by one. A Capital Bank, for instance. Capital Bank. Uhe acquire offer so crowd from savings and loans. A 10 in Ubaya Capital Bank. We call something capital adequacy ratio, or the capital will be invested.
Sika will be here and son what to
license. During 2015-2016, Mahama Bresu, 120 million cedis, Ghana cedis. Now, a year Capital Bank, a choir of FASO at the BA Bank, he put down 0. Yes, and I'm going to explain.
Because I need to know, so we here are buying and Bank of Ghana. Also, I'm assessing who said the BI okay. Good. Before you can do that.
Say what hear me. And then I mean, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, no. Na me say Bank of Ghana governor, the 2 deputies, and at the banking supervision department under President Mahama should all be arrested.
Didn't you?
Because they connive with these banks, and the banks, you know. Now, Mami explained how Capital Bank was established from savings and loans to class 1 bank. He needed 120 million Ghana cedis. Near Esianuya and say, or the savings and loan, and on one casa koyan audit, and our present is when you surplus of 14.5 million Ghana cedis. And we are 14.5 million Ghana cedis was a surplus declared. Our on the books,
not audited account.
No. And yet cash our debtor. The minimum requirement of the 120 million required was 60, call it 50%. Out of the 60 million of our shareholders, almost 52 million eba. Meanwhile, they also didn't bring anything.
Shareholders now for BBR.
No. And you say, moving from savings and loans to class 1 bank, first class bank, they didn't pay anything.
The foundation was just non-existent.
Right. And they were just using people's money, depositors' money. Now, your money is serious, Quran said. In 2015, why I blame Bank of Ghana? And he said, who said, right from 2013, Omu trust Omu established a bank. Who Tracy Adiana Bedu 2015 report which said they didn't put down anything. And they had liquidity challenge. They were near insolvency. When you know, they just gave them warning. They didn't do it. No man recommended. I'm a amount liquidity support of 620 million Ghana cedis.
People, Ken, you're a businessman. You know, go through. CAUCUs will raise letters of credit. Business the kind of scrutiny also will go through and say when you're there. Ain't a government allowed that to happen, and then a catch.
Yeah, and nothing I'm just saying it's a cabal among the governors their banking supervision department and the owners of the various banks. Because they did not scrutinize anything. They overlooked a lot of things. And a man, banks, etimi, efa, nkofo sika. Nia enye wumkuran say, I'm taking the banks one by one. Capital Bank, Emra, Yamano, 620 million. I will not fault President Mahama for giving liquidity support. Any country would have done that. Any president would have done that.
Granted, the process was fair.
Right. But, and Kofonoa also must see to it, say, the 620 million capital injection, the liquidity support, Oma utilizing the yen, they did it.
But Kelly, see, you talked about former President Mahama in this context. Obiveka said, at the time, President Yebibiano Obinya the fine details of it. Issue Yaba out. It has been discussed, but now former President Mahama and his NDCC say blame Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP for any cost of those banks because you have rather collapsed banks. I was a Ghana.
You know, very interesting. Say, Munyina Mobekaya, the last State of the Nation address, that was 25th February 2016. President Mahama himself told the whole Ghana people, say, a year Bank of Ghana, Oma Sheshehain, Ama, DKM, for he used DKM, said, why a Ponzi scheme, a year pyramid, Ama and Kofo Sika Ashi, to the tune of 77 million. And he was blaming Bank of Ghana in 2016.
So when he turns around and accused President Akufo-Addo, how do you feel? And now say, hey, Bia, from that time to NNO, the situation has changed.
And Untina, me say me fan one by one, I'm explaining
how
diabolic are NDC for you. And so soon they are turning around. Say any boom and I good banks. The question is, why would Mahama give 620 million liquidity support to Capital Bank? Two, why would Mahama administration under the governor give 860 million to UT Bank as liquidity support? Why would the governor under President Mahama give liquidity support 2.38 billion unsecured to Unibank and 652?
So okay, unsecured now.
Unsecured, say. Unsecured, young fan say, Onanka, Ukoji loan or banker. Ode, Ufoni, Ebekwa Kusiwa says, went to me. Good. Enti, unsecured, no say, Sa 2.38 billion Ghana cedis now, Bank of Ghana, the ma. Unibank, and fat collateral be a ma. If the woman to me, and Tiasikanoa, a Bank of Ghana will fall on that collateral and take it. Why, yes, sir. Good. Unless banking supervision for the governor and his two deputies, they knew what they were doing and how much they were also taking. Look, let me tell you a story. As I me chronicle, but me jump in with me. An eyewitness account. Maybe say, why is it that UT Bank now are so strict? Now to me, Mahama Boon, Ibrahim, and all cancer. You know, Ibrahim had control on Nash, the deputy governor,
governor.
Good. He had control on him. On the influence, 860 million Ghana cedis.
How do we verify that?
Good. I'm saying that maybe a question.
Okay.
Say why? Say, minim say me senior was strict. Then na otumi e pega 268 million Ghana cedis. Emma Jata, Holman Brothers, engineers and planners.
Companies belonging to Ibrahim.
Yeah, belong to Ibrahim. And go over the single obligor requirements.
Single obligor requirements in which say a idea say a jumekuo ba could be Untumi mfasika do bi
emrosa based on the capital of Ayina Wuwon. Untumi ma one person, sir. But he exceeded it. Intianuna all catch them say National had Ibrahim had control on Nash. He influenced the 860 million given to UT Bank. And he obviously,
so that is obedient interpretation to what happened.
He used to work there, but I will not say authentic. But I'm telling you, just this week when I posed that question, say obi a strict sir, and then pan Otima Ibrahim Edisibu sir. Then this thing came up. So, but let me focus. I don't want to digress. A year Capital Bank says Sikana Ojiyan. Omuvu Sikani be called all-time savings. From all-time savings, Omuvu Sikani be called Nordia. All-time savings was 130 million. And Nordia was 67.03. What you are saying? Ushe Sikanwa Oma Sono Osadi could be a sovereign bank. The requirements no say Ghana ni baako entimi onu 2 banks in this country. To okoshen kofuachi 130 bi so ka ho. Ascent Financials and all that. There are a lot of bad deals went on now. Omu efa sika no owie no de call South Africa. Okobi a mining company, minerals, water, Nyama Basa, and a whole or the because South Africa. And a Sikano Ashe. Sauba UT Bank.
Because of your person, you're building the point. And to use that second example, enough we make the point to other issues.
So what I'm saying is, open corruption and course what I make us a cabal. What do you say? A choir bank be a good year, a fast, a man. Sababa in our fast.
Follows the same pattern.
Yes, Omufa bank Nisika, depositors Nisika. Nobody acquire investment, baby. Investment now, or the bank Nisika. No, in other company did on the other company did.
Okay, so better was here. Medium Fatum. Can Japan a bank?
Right.
Now I could be
never Ken City.
Ken City. No, I could be Ken City. Now Ken City, I could bank in Hosika.
Right. Bank in the Disikan,
shares were Ken City.
Right. Not Ken City more. Youth organizer, the company. Number Mafa Canada Japan Bank Sika. Ghana phone you do Sika Batron. Number the Aqua University War. Youth organizer company. We are number the Ken City. What you say? Mafa Canada Japan
Bank.
Ghana phone you do Sika Beku Canada Japan Bank.
It means Sika and your personal Sika.
Now maybe the Sikana Ekoto youth organizer company shares. Instead say, Maka say, Canada Japan Bank.
And the only shares, no.
Only shares. Now the Ken City Media.
Or personal.
Medican City Media Company.
It is a good amount for Sika Nash, but all we're gaining.
Precisely. Usha, Obia Banks in the fast. A good. Nasauka, Sikanyabo, Mambo Bincho. Do for the bank.
NIB.
No,
Unibank, sorry.
Was owing 4.97 billion Ghana cedis. He admitted 4.1 billion. 4.1 billion on one casa. And listed 24 companies. Wafa Bank Nisika Akoto. What you are saying? 24 companies. Or see, on your 477 million. $964,650. What you say? $477,964,650. Enna osan ka say our tick farm 3,993. Our tick farm 3,993 acres. Now every acre beyond over 600 tick trees. Annual price could be $150. Menu kaza met me a critic finished product. I am ready. So the best you are $80.
So it was overpriced.
Oh dear, but for overpriced, and also when you are 1,560,000, and you know, 1,594,000,000 and some change. And now Osaka said the other company Kumasi more, and Okabomu and also 405 million. Into Okabomu, do for say Obetimia Rezi 3.68 billion, 3,680,000,000. And what is 405 as a Senebeka Onya 4.1. Our Nuankasa admitted say Sika when you are bank Nisika, Oma Yediakoya other investment. It is a say no, he's bringing those money back. He's bringing those money back.
Or the Babetika.
Yeah. Now, what is intriguing about Dufour Ayinise? Only stay, sir, $477 million, no? $250 million, or say, Marine Drive. So, Udru, baby, bet and death for one. Equipim House of Folk Park. Guy approached Dufour, say, or person, or service. A building infrastructure, nefe omutuntons asinema omdiye high-end hotels and apartments
And office complexes.
Right, Minya. Konekoshe, what they have done. Nadufua is claiming say, or spending 250 million into Marine Drive. Marine Drive no a bank assassin. And now they ma developer aye. No one developer no percentage. Head and to me do for a list to say $250 million.
So let me ask my question after Yantuaso. Sanya Maya cost under the NDC. Does it in any way make the MPP better and what President Akufo-Addo has done the last 4 years?
Oh yes, very good question. Emra, you're taking over. Now NDC has mismanaged the economy to extent say, "Omo dia koshe IMF for answer." Now obia obeko akoka say IMF M1 economy no bia no. Nature say when to me emu ono ankasa no ne man ye till he seeks assistance from IMF. Nearby, with the prudent management of the economy, the consolidation of the banks, and re-injection of capital to the tune of 21.62 billion Ghana cedis, 18.5 billion, and the core, the commercial banks, 9 banks as I say now, almost a consolidated, Then we are 11.5, and now savings and loans as 6.3, and now even fund managers, our investing companies, you can say they are TUC4 and I say Teachers Union for Sika, our manager, they took high risk. ABR fund manager, teachers fund, Abasomu invest in 2 years. No fund manager I could invest at the end with a youth organized a company for 5 years.
More than
yes, maturity, they can't raise the money. 81,700 investors lost money through fund managers. And also, the government gave 3.03 billion. Into Ukaboma, 21.62 billion Ghana cedis. Now I answer your question. Assuming the banks were not insolvent and now liquidity strapped or challenged, and inherited economy like President Kufuor Jama at Amelsa, we could have used the 21.62 billion to do other infrastructure like roads, hospitals. What do you say? One district, one factory, loans, soft loans, and everything. And for the government to inject 21.62 billion again into the banking system. Now, Ama infrastructure project be also here. He has to forgo them. Now, the seriousness of it, what Vice President Dr. Bawumia read to us said, Osha NDC for so-called Circle Dubai or Accra Dubai. Accra Dubai interchange cost $260 million. 4 interchanges, $289 million. Now,
when I come back to you, I want us to look at in terms of use of money. Instead of the example you cited, MPP using resources and answer the money available. MPP are usually better than the NDC would have used that money. So I'll come back to you for us to answer that question. But I'm going to so just take a breather and I'm going to so some examples of job creation. Beyond those examples, are there any other things say obi a bebu e Ghana has here? He will be proud to say Ochina afia beba enfie nu enfie du echino MPP ASC will make Sani Pakron and life better by voting for the MPP.
Gofi me medase gofi say wo hwe emabunu mu na me kan ye kan nyuma sem wo hwe me kan napku e kan one district one factory ofi why ye ne de buy na National Youth Employment Program NDC ba mo frɛ ni jida ye ne basa no mo bo mu krono ene bi kwa da fiase ene YEA afa no ntoma pefra wo hwɛ nyuma o ma create e wo ha me document nya 143,000 in fact the bra ye free NDC for nsɛm no na 63 eno kwa no ye yiyi ghost names ni ade different be 15,000 free mu no ene YEA ekuta 143,000 ene NBSSI training na omodia ma emabunu nko ano over 6,000. Officer we no free hono ma ade ba ko ade bia na toma koma so ye pa ye school kom and de bia me ka say na nado danko akufo ado ne free SHS ode aba aboa mabunu and ade o say emabunu nyina obi bia wo ye youth bia ho say yampa aban de ye to aba ma wo say obadwe mabunu da ache ho say obi ba na say o ka say da bi on pese obi bia betra fie ade ba ko adi Ghana nya ye pa school kwa na nipa dodo no nko school enu ntia ma ye mofra ntra fie sa na nado kan free SHS so pa no di natam wonsem ne bi wa ha former president Mahama kan ye kika gu ne ho fi ontimi nya infa no kopeska free enya ye agi se school dan nyina wie na nado ba ye ni 1 year crowd that same year oso afena ma oso aye in September no di free say enne emabunu bi omo mu cho BC ebeka ho this year gofi emabunu 1.6 million ana abanya fa omo sika ni omo school hu nya SHS no afa ne free omo no mu nya sika nko enei omani age ofi na no mabunu ni aka asembi abanya no oteso teacher training allowance twam nursing training allowance twam enne omo pa chew se twom twam na yamfonso na Asempa kwa na former president Mama kan
what you say na yamfonso because yes Mate say your fellow youth organizer
Pablo
Dr. Parado abeka say omo pacho but then you person so to say they are running mate Nana J Kwajiman Prof also so omo ntwa bibia mu because you can only apologize for something would you so why yamfonso and genuinely wanu and our power. But they don't see
the inconsistency and this because flag bearer name say Oba on Tremubium, no betwaso. So that gives you that impression, say yes, indeed, Uche Bibium. The adio trem no ba or so because was at was so. And you'll be a tip kuma say. A general who say, and this year say, and never be to see a momo. And then your tia almost benefited from nursing training allowance in Kwano, Ekako 120,000. Teacher training allowance, over 140,000. Our mania so far so. We are dear Abua Mebunu pa. Officer me here no free honoma. Ye ba ye say oko scholarship mo. Now let me share document go has say. And Kingsley Hajman is doing something wonderful with Scholarship Secretariat. Look, omo ba ye car na da hon kwano. Ani entua e. Na 230 million Ghana cedis. And the Scholarship Secretariat and Kebia.
Kebia omotua.
Kebia omotua kebia. Yeah. You can't now you need local tertiary scholarships. And then under MPP, last year you had 30,000 scholarships. This year, my interviews in area, the projections are that 60,000 scholarships. Tertiary. Yes, last year it was 30,000. This year, all my interviews we are on tertiary school fees are absorbing. And way and Yama, yeah, Kama Ghana for now. The piano, I am not double track, and this is for Taka once a month. I want to say, if you met the opportunity in a match, Kakrebi, or come me Premper College, I'm a coy. Premper College, and now I'm okay because you also honorable shame. I'm for this other example. You come a kind of also on the nearby my for disco, yeah. Okay, at disco. At disco, a first class school. I bet me for a nipa 1,000. The infrastructure is here at this school. Look at the edifice, buildings. Omo mu try on bet me at this school. A year 3,000 coffee. 3,000 no. And you be an bet me and now buying say
because space is limited.
Space is limited. And I buy say say you more free bana so mu besua. Ye nua no mu kuma ba no besua de no mu coffee a. Buildings here at the hokwa. Dining halls you be an you see. Dormitories in the hokwa. And your young whilst I see a school dying, dormitories, classroom blocks, science labs. And then you say, and say, Yen Chamumino, young my contact hours nibbing yera. Name woman say, wouldn't you also a qualifier so about this could nibino? Yafanaka or no abba one track. Now your council abba, the other track. So you are using one stone to kill two birds. Pepe. Bibian
but I'm going to be
Bibian, you'll be answering your school. Whilst I see school dying, this is a former government. I want to say, Yensi school dying in you. And you know, Kaya, brother president.
Your complaint at the time is Nkwalana spending more time with you. You're spending more time with you.
The issue is that contact hours in Nigeria. And then Kwanu will feel crampuna. Most of the times, you engage in extra classes. But this is a policy. Intervention at MOBia school because you need brea. You better now in fear their son.
So instead of sacrificing other children and want to
exactly,
let us accommodate them with this.
Exactly. There's one lady journalist who said, on TSN NDC for the dinner because Sakra school no be there. Na classroom no cry congested. Obe professor akra no because our classroom no na so better fee. No why tibon koso. Wabon onu hwe. Wodni ahwe nyi. You know, former President Mama said, "Obetwa track." Now the question is that, I don't think I know bino. Ya can see Sudia said there be a free SHS no bar obetwam. And if you do know why, come on some moka. Also bar obetwa track. Me two bar ya utwam no. None your better nephew in fan obeko. Meanwhile, you have not proposed any alternative policy. You haven't told us what you are going to do. Who see that day? It was no mean traffic. Because don't forget the school dance up so sitting here, you know. And you are the 1 year BCA, over 2 years in CWA, over 3 years in CWA. So now you are going back to almost preposition. It's 20 years from the 20 years.
Maybe the idea question will be when we were told so is CE block system. a bit of tinting by an this year and the go by the this year. And based on that, can we then believe them if they say or basis
that is a brilliant question. Free so normal awarded 124 contracts.
Okay.
2016 normal completed 29. 2016 no 29. Yeah, by between 2017 and 2019, you completed 27. It's total near 56. It will go in 4 years. No, we can say 200 schools. No, 4 years. No, you could only build.
So meaning in 4 years they cannot build a number of schools that accommodate
you can't.
Children.
Yes.
To pave way for
and one year track. And no time say Mahama on Jeffrey section. Secondly, Osaba UCC here. Oni Emabunu interacting or can say. He does not understand why government is spending a whooping 2 billion Ghana cedis a year. Now, construct a buying budget. A budget is suffocating. There's a Sikabotiana, a chat to 2 billion. Who says, if such a person, I can't say some nature, a man who not gain a mindset. Me, John Jinapako program so pen waka say omon tiasia krampo say they oil money no e fund VSHS and that they even want to go to court near stop us no no mo ba they will think of other ways o me say e betimi atisi kasem no so and do you know what they are saying so ni mo ba omo betimi atua no ye mo mu ntua na omo mu ntimi ntua no how are you going to determine that
e be hear na boachi bi wo betimi atua
you see I know that Kofi and not just on Momba Free SHS. Almost some of my can you betray it Ghana for a Mabunu and now Omo Manabino and Nipa 1.6 and Mabunu 1.2 this year, Omoto BC 1.6. No, young Jane who say, this is a government where your MPP government are bar, a Gia Dachum. So, Monabi now also a TVET, technical vocation education and training. Free, it is already free. But you want me to tell you, it is already free. Already free because Okuma, yeah, the TVET number chef free SHS model. I say, and the budget of Muyabiano, a cover TVET education. A cover all the institutions. Now they are putting up buildings. Now I'm a document team, I say, buildings all over Modema TVET. But Papa is Obama free on him. Now I say, Lanchinsa exams no course about Sabitrum. If we saw share a year the act now establishes how we say licensing act council, teaching council now. Act in it says I was say council no a licensing all teachers. So now Obana Susu Bechama, then you are telling us that you will scrap that act of parliament now you're passing on. And on a to me for council no to license every teacher. Near who's a professional. Also about between means also about between law na be free and somebody will can be on time in
Nana Emrade a buy one coin so between cast or the Mrawi Bay, but some Mrawi dear on fine yeduma, depending on how I'm running a boy. And it can say about become human free. But even teacher for the sum pay. But we do know why I'm so pay. Oh, we're a lawyer for General Legal Council license. It would be a Yamran Sembia near Joe lines free. A doctor for the same thing. Ghana Medical Association.
Ghana, yes. And a license, midwifery and nursing council for also a license. It's your bodies are licensing all these professional bodies. It's a teacher for community. Mama so about and this is a dangerous look. Me no makasa. Muhammad's presidency is dangerous. Emma Bunina. Yeah. And then now we share the bina.
32 minutes after 9. UTA Asempa 94.7 FM. Majority Caucus MultiMedia Group live from the University of Cape Coast. Nana Boache, the national lead organizer of the MPP guest was it. Nana Pato Trasman.
Kofi, yeah. Me wo ahibu ha. Na no so be ma mabunu chi o nansen ayo. 28 July 2020, President Mahama, I will create 1 million jobs by the end of my term if elected. Nansen ayo 1 million. Okay, now listen to the same man again. Where 18th November 2016. I am not a magician to create jobs. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. The same person. The same person. Okay, Papa answer the case any policy credibility. How the IMF. IMF so as part of the conditions, the intimate family bono. Because I had the blame. Now we are you on free SHS and I'm making. Now Nipo also about to us 29th November 2012. Nanado's free SHS policy is Sakawa. Oh, Katrama ho am pro. Katrama yanui am pro. Tinyabe can be an where another one. On teacher training allowance. Teacher training allowance. It won't be restored, even if it will cost me the elections. Now till I will maintain allowances for teacher training if I win 2020 push. How on earth can a man be so inconsistent?
What
Of my father was also grammar. Teacher training allowance, you got a mosquito. Also, there's no sense in paying teacher training allowance. And you know, Musa Winnie Abani BMD, there'll be sense in paying it. Look, media mankasa NDC for there. Ghana Mabunu, Yada Chikuta and some Nanado buy and some more kind and Nyamia Daruma. Or did you know Swamaye? And Yaman NDC forecasting came to me near ye. Ghana Mabunu Sremo. Mumia share and Yaman Nanado Danko Kufadu Ayamaye. Nayan Koso, Nayan Twabanaman, Yanya campaign, Obianya campaign Manuania. Campaign.
We'll talk about the campaign, but I'll make a compare with you. Honorable Kenohene Jepon, a member of parliament for Saint Central constituency. Before Nana Bwachebe Bembiuno, maybe say a question, I'm casting a banner. Sika Abedi Nana Kufuado the same as president. Of course, through taxes and other means are minding yes. Sika Abedi John Mahama and Sem as president on Nana Bino. How they've used the money, utilized the money. And in Yabian, a day in a month, and not the MPP. A year better, and see, based on that, would you say what's a gun and a true about the man and Akufo as president?
Still, I'm the banking sector. Okay. Say, Sika 21.62 billion. Our president Akufo Eddie Abishe Bank Mo. Say, bank runa in the liquidity challenge and now insolvent. Enka sa 21.6 billion Ghana Fontaine. Saudi ko Mahama Accra Dubai a year inflated no.
They argue saying inflated.
Remember 20
and it's because engineering as
woman kwan ko school. Inti Mahama administration sa 21.62 billion no. Na ebetimi asi Mahama interchange Accra Dubai, Kumasi Dubai, Takoradi Dubai, Tamale Dubai, Yendi Dubai, Bolaga Dubai, Navrongo Dubai. Baku 8.
Enyina so ne ye de he.
Enyina so no ni se. Sa sika no a osi 260 million. 21.6 billion. Will give you almost today the amount by 4 billion or 3.5 billion. What you say? And it's a 3.5 billion who divided by 260 million. Bubuja is even more than the 10 American. So what you say? And even under Mahama, Accra, Dubai, you could get about 14 of Sikanwa, President Akufo-Addo, and Yakoso Bank for nothing. Say, what do you call Rosa? NDC for Kono, Omujaka, 11.85 billion. Eka Omujato, Yaba Yetuemu 1.3 billion. A year power sector, Omujaka 10 billion. So what you say? And this says President Akufo-Addo, Edikoso Womasin, and what they call road sector, and give it to me over 3,000 roads in this country. What you say? Power, and power, a bit me a produce no. and kaya nika 10 billion. So in short, the answer to your question, no, they say, Eba Akufo-Addo Abrezui. We have utilized every money very well. We have value for money. Example is Accra Dubai 260 million for one. Under MPP, you are spending $289 million for 4 interchanger. A year Pokuasi interchange is far bigger than Kwame Nkrumah interchange. So what are they talking about? What are they talking about? So Mkwana enim engineering. To amna form. All the interchange nine Tamale interchange, you know, as a room and umbekachire. So now President Mahama a call round me the answer question, you know.
Okay.
Or call round to say we have increased the debt portfolio, which is true. But a car President Mahama Jatu official Ojatu Yabaya you taking over. It is about 5 times higher than a. Now me be breaking it down for you.
Okay.
With him. So we have 21.62 billion one. Yakwachi bond 3 billion. And the abetria 10 billion a car bought 2 hour electricity. It called Esla. First OJ 4.6 billion. And a Chirobuji 5.68. And no, even the rates are cheaper than NDC4 rate and no crown. We have saved this nation. And what is interesting, they say, these 3 years, every loaner NDC4 debt portfolio, na President Mahama and Fantuna Binimuse, Nikana Obotu Honu, interest in 3 years, 54 billion.
Let's just say, all kind Bosnia President Akufo-Addo Ajia. Now all the interest in Siwa Mahama Bosnia.
Yes. Yeah, 54 billion. And some are the 21 billion. 21.6
so it's not necessarily President Akufo-Addo Nakwakoje Bosnia. Nemo Mekebi or Betro said that one.
Yes. Because one tria, you can't move forward. Your credibility will be
a drop of ratings.
Yeah. You don't have any credibility even to deal with the international community. So we have to pay 18 billion cedis, 54 billion. So if President Mahama wants to know why our debt portfolio akosra ekana ojatu honwa ohwehwe han ma omugu banks oni nebusuafo gigi sika no a omukodi ya omantua Jata Cement, Holman Brothers, engineers and planners omudi ya no ehu eka President Akufo-Addo ebetua ye enti na ma ye debt portfolio no ekosro. So if President Mahama wants to know what we have done with the money, you talking of Mahama so about creating employment 1 million. Ampa okan ono an kan was say Ghana for ye yari ayi free. What you say enche bia na ye free. Enunti na just 3 years ago, ukobo ka we tu ho ka kire say you can't create jobs. Would you question IMF? IMF conditionalities, ni say you cannot borrow more than 1.5 billion. You cannot employ. When we came with the consolidation of banks, injection of capital, stabilizing the economy, we were able to turn the economy around. Say, from January 7, 2017 to April 2018, you're winning off IMF. That is why today you have over 70,000 employment created by Ministry of Health. That is why you have over 60,000 employment created by Ministry of Education. That is why you have the police service employing, recruiting. That is why you have the immigration service recruiting. What did Mahama do? He created all these hardships. Now we've created this enabling environment. Also, the say about creating 1 million jobs. And yet, under President Mahama, and a graduate unemployment association, unemployed association was formed. What did he do? He doesn't have any knowledge about governance. He doesn't know. Neonima governance and he said, Yencheni. Na Bank of Ghana. Aquana said, Paul, that bank was my baby, Paul. When the Ghana must go, and the Kosi Bank of Ghana, and he has to say, who born dog? Country Ben who we are saying, I'll wait to me. Akofa, Ghana must go, and the costs are cash.
So back to the argument about the economy and the debt. One argument I've heard the NDC in recent times, they say, you calculate your debt is here. You use nominal figures. 120 billion against 240 billion, no matter when. And then they want us to move away, calculating our debt in dollar, but restrict it in CD. So what is the argument now? Say now, Fano.
Me man go school and watch. Me kwasi dump me le me do school. But we graduates am abiniche home. Whether it's calculated in dollars or not. Yeah, now, mommy, or no 260 million be converted. It can easily be converted. So what is?
But they say don't convert it in cedis because we are now that you are trying to hide the MPP debt.
How? If I have 80 million debt, now today's rate, I is 6 years. $80 million debt is equivalent to 240 million, 320 million. What do you say? You multiply 8 by about 480, 8 by 6, 48. So 480 million. So $80 million. What the best is this man? 480 million. What's the difference? What's the difference?
So you stand by the argument to say you will prefer money in the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo and in buying.
Precisely. Of course, because we don't have value for money. And
you cited the example of banks, you know, what they circle Dubai at the IM Faton.
Kasua interchange. Metri who want to receipt. So Kokuma no ma. Who gauging now show time we say Kasua interchange. Metri time no a bedroom 270 million. Yabadam Ghana Yabubadamo. The way I see Bosikedi that we don't respect money. One of the engineers, no, me mate, me senior. I say, ancillary roads, somebody can't who you know, man, yet. Jisigan Koto Land Cruisers, 350 Land Cruisers, 350 Land Cruisers, and Omkotoy. How a comes in Kwaka, no Mukabrono.
We didn't have supervision or what?
And your connivance, only a greedy bastard. They duped the country. We had the banking system. And said they are naturally born bad. NDC for so good Ghana and Omako. Anytime BNPP bebano, ye Ghana for your mistake. No mabesen. No mabesen. Can you imagine if Kanoforiata the timely intervention way ama and ka COVID ibaye and ka Ghana ebedeng. And then Mahama usika bebrebe awe unu abusuafo yi mu enjoy half price of electricity. Mahama unu abusuafo sika bebrebe amuwe ensuo 50% off.
Ensuo kwale say untua.
Awuntua. Mahama sika bebrebe ya ofa yi woni na abusuafo yi. Musa enjoy ensuo free. And
offers can see Tiani Kabosume as former president.
Sika Yetiano Bosumi. Any campaign now on Wanko was to say Sika Tupi. The documents are here to prove how they stole the money. What you say? Documents, don't lie. first, Emma Mumma Fakwa is Namina Ajiasari. Reverend Ajiasari, and a coffee way by say, Yana, says Yama, NDC for Ghana banks, no mother panel, a dead. And yes, I went near your investigation, not a show, near a D, no mum, I U10, not Omukasa. Etiminia. Sha, Miss Andrew, I've been in Rebiso. Mamma, my yari, I will flow. Your parliament, and then this is for Kotor ambulance, and a buy. Ambulance and a buy empty. Tontrawa complete.
Shell.
Yes, and on the basis you. I'm so almost a sack of good baby or cry. A coup for to buy 305 ambulances in 3 years. And we are not near for Musanti and ye. Mahama campaign all year in Anna. Or yeah, as he said, he was president for 8 years. A lot of things were started or done by President Mills.
In fact, that's the next question, and I can make Basu.
President Mills.
For one and watching, do you accept to say these elections, according to President Akufo-Addo, a year about to a year Babetua,
based on
compare
issues.
records?
Yeah, records.
Who are there as president and who are there as president? The NDC, all that they've done in their campaign is other than President Akufo-Addo Bekati sword at close to the elections. But in himself, some of the projects John Mahama taking credit for them. The Kate sword in 2012. Some of them 2012, some of them 2011. So, do you accept to say?
Hospital here, credit President Kufo.
Ujitum says the election is a 4 years record against 8 years record, and would it be a fair assessment for us to weigh the two?
Akufo-Addo's 4 years and Mahama Mills 8 years. Akufo-Addo's 4 years is about 500 times better than these two presidents put together. Why do I say so? Omu block no was even started by Mills when Bibia Mushisha and Mahama Gwene. Enyana Gwene. On only idea CBA or the cover blocks. Not Mills Ayato and now Obetuasu. So we're talking of 8 years. Muye 27 at 29. 3 this year, Yenyebi. 3 years of Akufo-Addo under Napo. You are building 27 of the blocks.
Yeah. In addition to a number being built across the country.
3 classrooms. 6 classrooms, 8 classrooms, 12 classrooms. And Kwano, and Napo, were building 352.
352?
Yes. 3, 6, 8, 12. Yeah, basic level. A senior high school, dormitories. Just in thousands.
In fact, they called Takwa Secondary School last month. And then one argument I go school one I say school ni asase a ubetimi dey expand. But I was surprised to see a number of buildings. I think I saw about 3 major new buildings on the campus.
Yes. Meanwhile, NDC for by under Jenana Opoku-Agyeman. Okosi 148 Amenkuo district offices.
Amenkuo district offices.
Amenkuo udua na omo ni miedu omo sia de papa bia. Uko fosu education office ya omo sia sia. Ensuo no to ebufa se gburu ete se Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3. Enam sikadi enti. Bibia omo nya ni yie. Osi 148. Because can once so ma withdraw advert no. No mo be two no. We have built this utu say go for omo planning. Enam ibisa on say so we could see 148 district offices, education office. Now me mean to me school fees here. What have you done? What have you done? What do you say? So under Akufo-Addo, Akola, why not this will be called secondary school here? Okon free. Onyantade mienu hye. Osenya house dress and so share. The whole world, no country. And now, or you free education to send your Ghana here.
Because as a bane pampa wɔgyegye nkwadaa so koraa
ɛnyɛ ɔgyegye parliament woba asikafoɔ mma dodoɔ sɛ na aba parliament wodeɛ school yɛ a yɛka ne yɛseresere wɔ mu of course at the South College number 1 Prabotwe Augustine's Prempeh College Opokuware what you say Presec these 6 top schools in Iran kind the number of students are we MPs na kind schools are any dinino number of students are here MPs and no natural will say osikani didi na ohiani su didi if equal opportunity is created for osikanini ohiania ohiani no enso ba betimi abaye nipa that is free SHS for me what you say enti wo hwe development akoso under President Akufo-Addo and I'm so touched enya obi anum yakobie potato and then me share that my go off my diet na person test ya de ne hwe ne de yeah Casa de Ropa yakwa boss no kasa num all kasa no o say Exim Bank aman $14.4 million and na ode abie say adwuma we bisa Haruna Idrusu na oye Ministry of Trade say saa sika na omo che wo Exim Bank on kire Ghana ni bako na adwuma watimi abie ti say ne yakoya yi emfa kire one pe Exim Bank for under NDC they should come and tell us
Ghana ni omoboa
yeah Ghana ni omoboa no a and Casa de Ropa also afa nipa 150 or the potato sweet potato kokono produce 21 different products. Yes, that is a vision. So if you assist and confirm say how many jobs in office you create? Under NDC, when you go for a loan, the interest rate alone was 36%. How can you take 36% a year and do a business? So when you go to Tema, you see a lot of Ghanaian companies are over default banks. It's so sad. Adam do so one street, India for any Pakistan for and a Lebanese and Oma to street, you know, Omuto cash free her and echo. Now Papa Bino ye tuna, man loco say man whatever. Now ushe the factory, ye tongue, none is cows near ye go.
And you say a memo bonnie and my interest rate cost so now cost to
yes. A memo bonnie because you buy Yatinia Tiswa the about 22. The difference is 12%.
Significant.
12%, mammy chro. Simple, not me, mammy, me, I'm over Fientias. Young fan said, Makobo Bissia, our bank, 100 CDs. Yes, I fear swan. Under NDC, make 36 CDs. And then MPP buy 100 cities, busy and I'm cowboy. Or say a fear sooner, make 22 cities. So what 22 cities? Every 36 cities more. Abeka 14 cities. 14 cities in one under NDC and ka udeba koko tria as interest. Say 14 cities, abaya or capital. Until you come ubetimi koshe wajumanum. Until 100 cities, and you are 100 now, and then because you are saving 14, you are 114. Abra under NDC, and you are and can 74. No, 64. 36 plus 64. But
so more capital to
yes.
do your work.
What you say? But even that, a man people for you is still too high. Almost uncle from Kakrankam. Na Ghana Fonso, intimate business and expand your own businesses. And when you look at the two governments, we have a lot to say.
I'll come back for my conclude Max, but my member and about so question I'm busy complex, we the same thing. But I said Oti and live on GOS FM. And you made your idea brought from Cape Coast, University of Cape Coast Auditorium, a majority caucus on Asempa 94.7 FM. Nanabache, and in Yabiano, do you accept to say you are disadvantaged in terms of records comparison? Because now we see more 4 against 8. And now, you are prepared to say you restrict the NDC to the last 4 years of John Mahama against the first 4 years of President Akufo-Addo.
Senator Honorable Kennedy Japan came in here. Look, say, oh yeah, an assessment. Now we share near Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo aye. 3 years, 8 months here. Kofi ubetimi aye. That comparison with NDC for 8 years. Look, investment.
Is it not too ambitious?
It is not
a position to take.
Honorable Kennedy came. Sugar factory. Sugar factory, one cube, and I know be crumble say, and a switch out and can touch your crown for a crave crown. And that was 8 years near. No, Biabana 74 factories. Niana I from Crampon Exim Bank as so much. 14 million, Yadiama. Where are you po? Where are Casa de Ropa po? So we'll share Sika Mudiamoma in excess of almost about 300 or so million. I just share Mama and also I bear fruits. Young. And a young who cry who Casa de Ropa and who confit. Look. Yeah, Ghana, you run do so. And this is impact analysis. ASA for year. That
is the Institute of Economic and Social
Exactly. Institute of Statistical, Social, and Economic Research. Oh, Legon. Between 3 years period, I'm coming in a 3 year period. 285 firms closed down. 285 firms. And you might go here 285. Now, Danko Akufo-Addo buy.
And it doesn't include a small coaster or corner or hairdressing.
And come fit for a half a tumo and hairdressers for and come barbers for one. We are talking about firms. Your firms are a new barbering shop and then you mean you know good hairdressing. No, we are talking about firms. 285 in the Lucia. We hear Sika or no Lucy within the period. Near 250 million Ghana cedis. And the end is you. Nana Honorable Kennedy Canadian, we have enjoyed stable power. And they Yasama electricity requires so. So we can clearly compare and only Mamisan another important comparison be. Ebra womi kofi e COVID. Na enhran kanya me se ye hu President Mahama Penswa yenya man-made, self-made, self-inflicted pandemic. I free onwa President Mahama. I do so. Yes. Onwa na dia maye. Onwa na dia maye. Through mismanagement, incompetence, and then do so. For sir, almost 4 to 5 years now. Can you make good? A debe na former president Mama ye the saw in you. Debe pano yes.
I see he increased the capacity.
Unim adios higher cross. I can say if you want to enjoy stable power, prepare to pay more. He said all those things. And we share a Juma research here is for the buyer, national firms say gua. Clearly we can do that comparison say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo abon homodin. Yanshe and the COVID. If free Nanado, if we are seeing a global pandemic.
We are watching.
Yeah, and you man Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and the National Board for Small Scale Industry. The last time I checked here, your mother's best to and crown in Yuma 102,000. Or mother's best almost 300 million. Almost best 600 billion. We are there another wayama ayifo here. So we share of me war yes good. And your money be man and I. A brain why all COVID yemuno near recruiting health workers. Send a baby boosty the strength staff 24,285. And yes, I did life insurance by that is a government package I had life insurance package worth 10.3 million for frontline health workers. Ebiem, and I started tax waivers are by 137,000 health workers. Yes, I at the Maomo. Ebiem, Nansenya Koye budget review, and almost had another insurance package for unemployment. Tomo Juma say, no near the Adeno, in print, so be near their summer's name. You enjoy free electricity and a free water. A dear Musa, who say, or penny ya, or no cry, and your no. A yes, and a US. Or be a so. And the US, some of my file as the time I'm checking, and Nipa almost 45 million. And I file for unemployment claims. And a Ghana. We are near man and not do ye. So you ask yourself, say, under one leader, we had a pandemic. Pandemic, you know, man-made, self-inflicted. On one, they created the MIA. Then or MIA. Or Casa Catcher, Crampo electricity, no Quanians and Jammo. Next share on Mampenia and net on also side drain a month for just 600 million de Toho. Insurance packages was had MIA. For frontline workers and social motor source had the mom. That clearly should distinguish between a leader, a true good leader, and Obia. Or buy for one.
Thank you. Akombreko. It's a yes for Nana Akufo-Addo for the next 4 years because you think he's done better. Now if you can end it.
The word is not better. Excellent.
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 Excellent is extraordinary.
Yes.
So cite some examples.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary. And he said
the last 4 years of Ghana.
The last 4 years of Ghana. Mahama Eba ne Nkolado do send a secondary school. Mahama Abresu. Nkolado do send a secondary school. But in these 4 years, we've had about 1.2 million children who enjoy free secondary education. That is building of human resource capacity. And we are one. 2, recapitalization and injection of capital into these banks are stabilizing economy. 2, willingness of IMF and all the harsh conditionalities. First, now a colonial rule under Mahama, because IMF was detecting everything, our budget and everything. It was approved. It only has to be approved by IMF before they do it. Under Akufo-Addo, freedom, power. We are determining our own destiny. Emma says,
Emu diahin e boying. So IMF and World Bank big now so ade women talk we are here we sika say no many ade and then one kasa would determine say we na mepe we na mepe. How does it make us better?
Men we yam for. Sanka we dey one kasa kranka otimi ansa. Obi ka just say we men ye. Broni ben wo pe bibi ni ye. Eye ni obenya firi wo nko a. Ane Akufo-Addo say. Nyankopon boy say no bo broni bia. Enti ye ni akasa ye be decide ye fate. Enti sa IMF harsh conditional is a men fanipa. Okase omo fanipa nti ena graduates e pali apo omo nya dwumanye. Ye ba ye din na ko buy say omo assimilate into the system out of the 100,000 30,000.
That's huge.
What you say? Graduate unemployed association. 100,000 are a man knock up 700. Those who have assimilated into the system with permanent jobs are 30,000. One policy gave us 24,000 health, but in all, for almost 70,000. Education teachers with this free HS. You're talking about 65,000. Do you prefer, say, I am a backer or say, men for nipa 65,000? Our education, men for nipa 70,000. Our health, men for police for 3,800. Men for soldier for, men for fire service for, men for migration. Because you have managed your own economy, and therefore, this is the way you have to go. Yani, we have managed and stabilized the economy so much so that we determine our destiny, what we want to do. What you say? Now as about interest rate in our analysis. Key to the success of every industry is interest rate. Because no one person can have or has 100% income and answer investment or no the capital or the.
So you need cheap capital to work.
Yeah, you will fall back on the banks. And the capital or the loan that you are going should attract a low interest rate. Under Mahama NDC, foreigners took over our businesses.
And then a mom will take you over your business.
Because they come with low interest rates.
Okay. Maybe I'm going to interest this one.
Right. So they were coming with 4-5%, whilst we were taking 36%. And this I wouldn't co-produce some mobile phone here. Or no, produce it at a cheaper cost. Because the
cost
interest,
of capital no form.
Yeah, cost of capital form. They high. And 2 years now, what the cost of interest rate, plus electricity, high cost of electricity and everything. Your production cost, becomes so astronomical, you will not be able to compete on the global market. When it happens,
it's
like
not just
that,
the global market. Or also,
right.
So even at your own level, it's beating you.
Yeah, he's beating you. And you say, under Mahama, or Babi Kofa, CAUCUSon Ghana medical parliament. Emma, Nilante Banda Pokachem say, Omoji and Tumano Diako, Laba Kotesti say, Eyanukra. China and Tuma, Oma Kofa Ba, at your duty. Now a cheaper than CAUCUSon Ghana testers. Ghana. Because interest rate are high. Even the materials coming from imported, they were paying duties on it. What you say? Ask yourself if the same thing prevails today. And Usha Akufo-Addo, his understanding of managing the economy, and at Mills, any Mahama, understanding of managing the economy. The Supreme Court ruling, actually, and you be a new Ghana for me. Sorry, Sumidi catch a Mumfanko to Abba, and he say, under Mahama, any Mills, NDC, 8 years now. Supreme Court judgment about create, loot, and share. Create, loot, and share. Bank court of one kind and tears yada until say, you go who banks see, so mu create. No more loot, no more share. What you say? What percent who the difference between NDC and PPA? Who got 37 military hospital? Who drew Jubilee House or Pakistan right and our left? Now they share Jubilee House anymore. Green grass a green under Mahama. Meaning baby I know what. A female water, a brown, a shit complete. And no one natural will say
the environment you live in.
Right. And natural say, send the me a new way. What they are buying man this year, Ghana be brown. What they are buying my MPP, are Ghana be green. And when we have green, what? Fertile lands. What you say? When it is brown, it's dry land. Simple. And where be a message now? O Paki say pa to any never police for dying. And then under MPP, ya penti home, a police for penti home down. From PNDC, Abrasu Rollins Ajenkwa, Ebape Mahama, who shall police for down one, as Atakwame. Atakwame. And now to Jubilee House, opposite one. Shall a police for die penti home. Ebiam. TUC. TUC.
Oh, yeah.
TUC. Said you must see a renovate Omodan under MPP government.
They say how crowd do they were more adverts be on their walls.
What you say? And it is our Kotuaba. Me ma mumma crabudi me check mamma transport. Namumra. Ya were pictures under Mahama and brown grass. Ewo Jubilee House. Nene ube green grass ewo na wakasafa kotuaba. Enti when you want a good party to lead this country, ebema yako yenimwa, MPP.
Thank you. Akombreko, Honorable Ken Ohene Japan, and I'm saying in Canon. Henry Nana Boache, Nana B, National Youth Organizer MPP, Otienka on Abawa Radio, Otienka on M.G.L 102.7 FM, among other affiliate stations. So, majority caucus, and the free Cape Coast, or the University of Cape Coast Auditorium, has a at the Brevo. Thank you so much, Kofi Japan, Krobia Asante, thank you. Thank you, Nat. Thank you, Samuel Brian Boabeng. Good fellow, thank you. And all the members of the production team, Yedamwase. And of course, the team from Asempa, Mobile Seti Apodemine, Yedamwase. Yamade Cheya, next week, Friday, Ebesanso Ede, Jumedino Ede Abreu from the studios of Asempa 94.7 FM. Meeting at the Fifi Buaf. But Shannon say, Ochina, the new patriotic party will be launching its manifesto for election 2020. Moving from what the MPP presented in 2016 to what is presenting 2020, no. Who they won't be because so now all radio stations monitor the TV stations, and then it will be yours. Have a good night.
For Nana, 2020, 2024 years for Nana, 2020 years for Nana, 2020 years for Nana, 2020 years for Nana. What can you grant? Papa Mickey me to Nana, 2020 years for Nana. Dedication, Papa Mickey me to Nana. One village, one down, get to a manana. Push a baby, I'm not using me to a manana. What's your now? Nana Disunti 2020. Yeah, back to a man. Dedication, yeah, to a man. One village, one down. Yeah, back to a man. Let's sit in a way. Nana to a betria. Break na crazy. Nana crazy a maya. Say when swap. Nana dream wa maya. When you green buku. Ya go catch them. We're seeing them confirm. Ya trouble working out.